Hey everyone. Recently the Beatles came out with a very old John Lennon song that he recorded on a demo tape of him with a piano called Now and Then, and they re-recorded it with some of George's guitar, Ringo on drums, Paul on backing vocals, and sometimes doubling the lead with John and playing guitar and everything else. And they recreated this song with the Beatles, technically, and they re-released it as the Beatles just a couple of days ago. And I want to preface this review of the new single by saying that Now and Then is one of my favorite unreleased Beatles, John Lennon Beatles related tracks of all time. I think Now and Then is an amazing note for the band to end on, as the song originally is, and it adds a lot of emotional weight to the song, knowing that maybe what John was writing about missing was his friends and family and loved ones and everybody, and it's intense. It's an intense listen, the original demo tape, and very, very beautiful. And I was so excited to finally get a full band arrangement of this. Paul said that they could isolate John's vocal better in this day and age with Peter Jackson's new technology, and they could, but it still sounds like, it still sounds like old John Lennon footage to me, personally. It sounds even like a little bit like an AI. It sounds a little uncanny, but it's still his voice mixed in with everything. And okay, let's get right into it. There's some odd decisions in what Paul and Ringo did and the team. I don't know what's going on with it. There's a lot of sections that are ripped out, and I'm gonna go to the piano to show you this. There are a couple changes with the new version of the song compared to the old demo, which makes sense. It is a demo technically, but I think what John did in the last one was so unique to him, and I was hoping that they would keep a lot of the cool note choices and weird sort of surprises that he has in the old demo, and they for some reason do away with quite a few of them. One of them is this beautiful way he ends the verses. He goes do, 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 do. This is all the same. And in the new version it is do, 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 which is kind of cool, the ooh, but you're missing the ooh, which is much more sad. This is more traditional use of that dissonance, that instead of, which is the genius of John Lennon right there. And also in the new version it goes now and then I miss you, and that is in the original demo, but I think John goes to somewhere way more interesting and more beautiful and poignant originally. So after the second verse, something like that. I don't wanna lose you, no, 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 no. Like there, it goes there, and I'm like, wow, that is John Lennon, that is the Beatles. And instead we're gonna not do that at all, I guess, in the new Now and Then, and we're instead just gonna use that now and then I miss you, which is beautiful. But I think the only way that works in the old version is because it comes after all of those changes, and it's a new change in the context of those ones, personally. And he only does it once. The part that repeats the most in the demo is the opening it. That bit. Sorry for my playing there, but it's just odd that they would get rid of certain things that are so special. I'm not a big fan of this. The reason why this doesn't hit as hard for me, maybe because I am not a big fan of the way acoustic instruments are recorded in 2023, and the way that Paul's acoustic mixes with the piano, it just sounds kind of like too clear, too, I don't know, too sharp. It's just not mellow enough for me, just the way it's mixed and produced. So that's a personal complaint against that. But I know most people don't have an issue with that. It's just for me. But this is just, I'm really upset that they kind of took this superb, like amazing final song for the Beatles, and it's just all of the weight and everything seems, and the beauty of the original. They could have just done the original again, and they could have just had them sing on it, and they could have just made it just that much like fuller, but they instead decided to change it up. And maybe it's their thing, and the Beatles all did that together on every song. They worked out compromises, switching out different sections. And I like the bridge. I think the bridge is quite adventurous. I think it's cool that they use a string section. That is very nice, and it could have worked better even with the strings. But it just, it doesn't hit like the original does. And I don't 100% know why at the end of the day. But I'm sorry, maybe this is an unpopular opinion at this time. I'm a huge Beatles fan, and I don't want to say anything like this against the Beatles' last song, but you know, this is not the way I wanted it to go, that's all. But I don't know, listen to the original if you can.